Bitcoin is looking super weak here on the chart. We already filled here our liquidation candle to the downside, even also created a lower low, and it makes even more critical that today we have some more events coming out. We have a speech of Donald Trump this morning and also a speech of the Fed Reserve from Jerome Powell, which should potentially shake out the market even more. Nevertheless, the most of the liquidity is sitting to the upside. So let's break it down, what's actually meaning for us and where we can expect the next prices to be moved and where we can open our next trade position. So definitely stick around and let's directly start here on Bitcoin. Here on the daily chart, it looks not that bad as on lower time frames. We will discussing later. But first of all, on the daily chart, we are still okay. So because we didn't broke here these kind of low here, on the lower time frames, we make a lower low. So at least if we are getting now support here in the next couple of days, at least in the end of September, we get a bounce here in direction of 117,000 US dollars again. That also means we are confirming our inverse head and shoulder pattern. And as discussed on yesterday, price target of the inverse head and shoulder will be here 135,000 US dollars. So I don't want to bothering you with the daily chart, because on the daily chart it's nothing that bad as we saw the massive drop here on yesterday. So for this reason, let's go here in the lower time frame. And here in the lower time frames, we already see Bitcoin getting here a little bit more strength now to the upside, but we also made here a lower low. So it's a kind of low, even a little bit lower than the previous one, but we already filled these wicks, and especially we were talking also yesterday in our Telegram channel that I expect after this wick to the downside and the small recovery to the upside. So we was not able to break here above 114,500 US dollars. We will come one more down, fill the candle to the downside before we see here any support coming in. And here on the 15-minute chart, we definitely have an eye on this resistance line here at 113,300 US dollars. If we are not able to reclaim this kind of level, and even also when we're getting here into the lower time frames of the 15-minute chart to see how the EMAs are working, we can see very clearly that exactly there is also sitting our 200 moving average. So on the 15-minute chart, we're finally flipping here our 50 moving average already. The previous candles on yesterday, every time we got closer to our 50 moving average, we get a rejection to the downside. So it's super, super important right now to break this 50 moving average to the upside, retesting the 50 moving average to give us a little bit more bullish momentum. And then the next target would be here the daily moving average, or the 50 daily moving average, or the 200 moving average on the 15-minute chart, 13,700 to 114,000 US dollars, so kind of in this range. And exactly this range, the first liquidity will starting over there. So also here on the liquidation heat map, we can see yesterday we cleared all the liquidity down below up to 111,000 US dollars. So this level super crucial to hold right now. Main liquidity, as I said also in the beginning of the video, is here set in direction of 119,000 US dollars. So at least in the next couple of weeks, I expect here a move in direction of this kind of level. So in my mind, the bull market top is not already reached. For me, it's just the final shakeout before we see here the massive last rally to the upside, which could be already be intact exactly with our dates here till the end of this year. So kind of we are going here in September here a little bit sideways before we get the massive breakout in October. As you know already, October, November would be exactly these months where Bitcoin is super, super heavy, strong. So I could also expect here in the next couple of weeks something like this in direction of our main trade target, 145,000 US dollars, or at least 130,000 US dollars before we get here in our final rally in the end of this year, which means also altcoins will performing also in this rally. So we definitely have to wait until Bitcoin is here breaking into higher levels. We will create here a wonderful support level. So something like this one I want to see here. So exactly what we're seeing here right now. Now testing here the 50 moving average and one more time the retest before we get here into higher levels. So exactly something like this I want to expect here for Bitcoin. This gave us even more strength here to the upside. So this is exactly the reason why my trade is here still open. As soon we're getting the breakout of 114,300 US dollars, I will also scale up in my position again, because if we are flipping this level to the upside, especially here the 200 moving average to the upside and the 50 moving average to the upside, the target zone would be here the 115,000 US dollars. And then we saw And then we saw here something like a Bar-Simpson's pattern, so falling to the downside here, getting here sideways movement before we get here this move to the upside. So something like a Bar-Simpson's is looking like. So exactly this is what I want to see. Fast move here in direction of 115,000 US dollars, because if we are getting back in our trading range here, at least in 115,000 US dollar level, then we are, in my opinion, out of the trouble, and this would be the final shakeout before we rallying here in the next highs. So where you can open the next position as soon we are breaking out or we're taking out this high at 114,000 US dollars, or at least if you came one more leg down and creating here a proper retest to the downside, so something like this one, retest to the downside. So something like this, retest to the downside and then direction to the upside. Target would be first of all here, this high at 114,300 US dollars, take some profits over there and then keep the trade running in direction of 114,500 US dollars, so kind of in this range. We're forming also here then something like a falling wedge. Price pattern of the falling wedge would be here. The top of the falling wedge would be exactly 113,500 US or 400 US dollars, so kind of in this region, which gave you a quick scalp position of kind of, if you're getting the retest here down below there, of kind of 0.8% with 10x leverage, it would be 8% to the upside. I do all my trades here on Bitfinex, link down below to the exchange in the video description. There you get a free VIP 1 level, means you pay lower fees than in general on this exchange, and even also you are able to claim a deposit bonus of 20%. So just make sure to get on the video description, create your account. This offer is just lasting, I think, till the end of the month, and especially in these days where Bitcoin trading here in between 111 and 113,000 US dollars, you want to be in a long position. And by doing this deposit here on the exchange, you get a deposit bonus you can use completely for free for your trading. So you get 20% on top, which you can use exactly for leverage trading. Otherwise, quick outlook also on Ethereum. Ethereum here on the daily chart also looking not that good, because also here we broke the 50 moving average to the downside. For Ethereum, very important to claim this 50 moving average to the upside. As soon as we're able to claim this 50 moving average to the upside, also more continuation to the upside would be also be possible. Otherwise, on the 1 hourly chart, even also here we're kind of in our downtrend. Not that bad looking as on Bitcoin, because here on Ethereum we're kind of in our sideways move, so exactly in this kind of range. And as soon we're leaving this range to the upside, we can also open here a next position on Ethereum. For Ethereum, I want definitely wait here till Bitcoin is here finally breaking out and find more support. But otherwise, Ethereum looking a little bit more better here, because here on Ethereum we didn't make a lower low. Also in general on the altcoins doing not that bad as Bitcoin. Bitcoin made here, as I mentioned already, a lower low. So for us here also a good idea to open here some more position on some altcoins, especially here on Ethereum. So for Solana, I expect also here a little bit more like a sideways move to the downside, and then getting here also a perfect support level, and then getting here in direction of the 50 moving average on the 1 hourly chart. On the 15-minute chart, let's have also a quick look on Solana, if we can maybe also get here in the Solana position right now. So Solana doing also good as soon we are flipping the 50 moving average to the upside. The last times 50 moving average keep us falling to the downside. So also here on Solana, next target would be here flipping the 50 moving average to the upside. So as soon we're getting these move here to the upside, retesting the 50 moving average in direction of the 200 moving average, this is a perfect trade scenario we can get in. Otherwise, Solana would be here getting here a little bit more into lower levels. As I mentioned, here one more leg to the downside, finding one more support, building like a W pattern, and then getting the move in direction of 230 US dollars, kind of in this range. Otherwise, a good opportunity to accumulate here some more Solana on spot position. Even also on leverage, you can also get here in some other position. I do all my trades here on Bitfinex. So even also here, I will definitely open here a new Ethereum position and a new Solana position soon. I will keep you updated in our Telegram channel as soon as I open these positions. Otherwise, since yesterday, I'm starting copy training again here on BYDFi. So link link down below in the video description. Copy trading is only working for these persons who sign up under my link. So definitely check out the link in the video description. There you get 1 year the trading VIP level, so you save extra fees, and even a deposit bonus even higher than on Bitfinex, up to $8,000 or $8,100 here on BYDFi. So definitely check this out. Otherwise, that's basically all from the video today. So subscribe to the channel, like this video, and then we see in the next update video tomorrow.